It's a really compelling matchup that has a throwback feel to the era when running backs dominated. One of the best matchups all season long between two elite runners colliding here today. Welcome to beautiful South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium, the home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish taking on the 12th-ranked team, the Miami Hurricanes. EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. The Hurricanes will kick this away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Price. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So Notre Dame's offense will get the chance to start this game off. And the reason why this is one of the games of the week is you got a receiving core that's just been lighting people up. So hard to stop collectively, but they're running into an elite defense that's filled with confidence too, Kirk.
Yeah, Chris, I'm going to turn it around a little bit and talk about, I think, the offensive line. We know what the receivers can do. Will the quarterback have enough time against this defense to be able to make the throws where he can try to expose the secondary? That's the real challenge. Can you protect the quarterback to give these receivers a chance to make plays?
After the first down loss, it's second and long from the 17. Play action fake, looking to throw. Hunt over the middle. It's Fields. It's a solid gain. Moves the ball out to the 28.
Chris, really, that's all you want to see from this offense is the ability to just be efficient. If you can just avoid the mistake, make those first downs, be a great compliment to what you want to do run the football. There's a great chance of putting enough points up on the board to win this game.
Looking to pass. It's Carr. Throws to the tight end. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. On the run, it's Love. Breaks loose at the 40. He's in the clear. The 30. The 20. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
But all the film work that they've done to get ready for this game, here we are in the opening drive. They see exactly what they thought they might see based on their film work. It pays off, and this back had a ton of space to show you what kind of speed he has.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is good, so it's 7-0.
That makes the score Notre Dame 7, Miami 0.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. The Hurricanes offense takes the field. The first chance we had to see them today. They will go up against a secondary, Kirk, that talks about the no-fly zone. These guys are confident in their ability to just lock down by receivers and take away the opponent's passing game.
Seems like every year in college football, there's secondaries around the country that want to brag that they have the best group of defensive backs. I think this defense and this secondary specifically has a very strong case with what they have to work with. The question I have is, how will the offense consistently move the ball against this group today?
They go backwards on first down, so it's second and long from the 19. Dropping back, it's Beck. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody, and allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Looking for his big tight end. Off target with the throw, incomplete.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
The Hurricanes will send the punt team onto the field. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the opening play of the drive. It begins from the 33. The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. When they tried to get the counter play to the edge, Kirk, we've seen this defense show their ability to pursue and fly to the football.
Yeah, they sure can, and they did a nice job on this counter play. A lot of times you'll see those counters go more up into the middle of a defense, but they tried to bounce that to the outside, and that gave you an idea of what kind of speed this defense has.
It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. The tackle is made, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Offside, defense.
The offense will obviously decline that penalty and take the result of the play. They try to sneak it for the first. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Good call here by the offensive coordinator to go with quarterback sneak here on 3rd and inches, and he's going to get the first down. It's a great time to catch the defense off guard. Get up to the line of scrimmage quickly, get the lineman down, quarterback under the center, quick snap, and get the yardage you need for the first down.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Grab down the middle. It's Fields. Tackle made after a big gain all the way to the 36.
The slant is a great way to get the ball to your receiver against man coverage, especially if you feel like you've got an advantage on the matchup. Easy throw and completion for the quarterback and receiver.
This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. They'll try to pick up the yardage on the ground. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on 1st down.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Catch made in space. Look out. They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense 1st and goal from the 10.
You talk about balance as a play caller. I don't know if it gets much better than what this offense is doing. 3 runs, 3 passes, and all 3 passes have been completions. And now it's 1st and goal.
Notre Dame lining up now for a 1st and goal. Makes the grab on the move. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. You just have to be smart.
Solid 1st down gain sets the ball up close to the goal line. And they finish it off here on 2nd and goal. Quarterback still with the football. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. They didn't lose any yards, which is great. I think they're definitely looking for more from that play.
So 2 chances to score a touchdown in the red zone already. They came up short. Now it's 3rd and goal. Trying to convert with a sweep. Motors all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
And they'll set up now for the extra point try. With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead.
That makes the score Notre Dame 14, Miami.
Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown.
Set to kick it off.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and they keep him short of the first down.
Here's the second down play. Gonna run it. It's Fletcher. Tackle made after a solid gain. Will spot the ball for 31.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
They'll run it here. Pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the second and third down coming up.
Second down after that previous play. Throwing off play action. Caught over the middle. It's Joseph. Breaks loose at the 40. Here he goes. Touchdown, Canes. Great connection there for 6 points. Setting the throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes a catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
See if they can convert the point after.
Kicker on for the extra point.
To make the extra point, cut the lead to 14-7. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
Set to kick off.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces the defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards, didn't quite get the first down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of play moving forward.
Looking downfield, it's Carr. Dumps a short throw down to the running back. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Chris, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Offense looking to convert on third and short from the 27. Out of the gun now on third down. He's running out of time here. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short, your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And they'll set up at the 26 for the first play of this drive. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Screen to the wide receiver. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Quick throw to the flat. It's a screen. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
Well, sometimes these wide receiver screens, the quarterback simply needs to play the numbers game to the outside, and he can avoid these negative plays in the future. Pretty much that simple.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Tries the right with a quick throw. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Whoa, you talk about a big hit there. I think this guy holds on to this football at a critical 3rd down if this linebacker doesn't lower the blow. Great timing on that hit to prevent the PI call and to get this team to 4th down.
The Canes will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the 2nd time. And that sets up a return. The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. They'll begin the drive here, set up at the 30. The shotgun handoff here. And he goes nowhere. Stop pull behind the line of scrimmage.
How about the timing here by the defense to shoot that gap? As an offensive lineman, you have to anticipate that, close that gap off. Otherwise, it could be a long day.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. 2nd down and 11. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Caught quickly. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Short pass finds the tight end. Gets into space at the 50. And they're finally able to bring him down. That's a big momentum play to wrap up the 1st quarter. We've got a good early quarterback duel so far, Kirk. Let's check out the stats. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the 2nd period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. Grab down the middle. It's Fields. And he'll get the 1st down yards before they finally bring him down.
This is what makes the RPO so difficult to defend if you have a quarterback who can read it. It's that old argument, which guy has the chalk last? Well, with a quarterback that can read it like that, the quarterback has the chalk last. He reads that they're up, makes the throw in the quick slant, gets some really good yards.
And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the 1st down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. From the shotgun, an inside handoff. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Running out of time in the pocket. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. This offense really clicking. So it's still early, but this offense beginning to build momentum and build the lead now, Kirk.
As we've seen over the years, Chris, good teams know how to use the 1st quarter to establish the lead, the 2nd quarter to increase the lead, and the final half just to hold on to it. They're following that blueprint perfectly, widening the distance between them and their opponent before we even get to the locker rooms.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14.
That makes the score Notre Dame 21, Miami.
Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away.
To kick this one away.
Return begins inside the 10. And the return man brought down. That's decent yardage on that return. They'll begin the drive here, set up at the 30. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
Play fake, looking to throw. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Just a great throw and an even better catch here by Miami to be able to come up with a big play for this offense. And Chris, oh my gosh, just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to Miami in the wide receiver position. You could say not recently. They've had some pretty good players, but you go back, Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Santana Moss. I just could keep going and going when it comes to the Canes.
Second down play coming up. Dropping back. It's Beck. Fires it to the wideout. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later or maybe in the second half.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Makes the catch downfield. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
And the Canes are on the move here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I love the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little bit lacking on that one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board on that call.
Offense now behind the 6 on second down. They need 12 after that first down loss. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Daniels. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
Keeps it on the draw.
Picks up 4. Fourth down coming up.
So on fourth down now, out comes the field goal unit. Trying to knock it through from 44 yards away. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side.
Chris, this is a great game, but I'm always so impressed with the offensive line because they sell this as much as anything. The quarterback's making the read, trying to figure out if the defense is committed to the run or the pass, and then he's going to go the other direction. He makes the right throw here out to the flat to the right, but the offensive line showing the defense it's a run look is what opens this up eventually for that nice game.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Grabbed by the receiver. He's going to lose yardage there. Forced out of bounds. Great play by the defense. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a third down play. To the air. It's Carr. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. We're going to kick it away for the second time. They finally get him down, but that's a solid return. Good work by the return man. Here comes the first play of the drive now from the 44. He'll hand it off. And that run produces a decent gain.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
A gain makes it second and medium. And the tailback's got it again. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Offense gets set up here. It's third down. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. On third down, it's a handoff. And he'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
The Canes will have to kick this away. And that will bounce and roll out of bounds, so no return. So they begin the drive here in the final 3 minutes of the half. And the quarterback keeps it here. Breaks free. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Boy, it's fun to watch this guy run the quarterback option. This time he keeps it, big positive yards, and a first down. The defense has got to figure out a way to slow this guy down.
How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Man, where's the scouting report for this defense? You knew coming into this game this tight end was capable. That's his 5th catch in this first half.
Now it's second down here. Off play action, he's looking to throw. We've reached the 2-minute timeout of what's been a lopsided game so far. Let's see if the offense can stretch the lead more before halftime. Off the incompletion, it sets up a 3rd down and 2. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
Boy, 3rd down and short. They decide to throw the football roll the dice a bit, doesn't work out. Now you're at 4th and short. You got to wonder, with this offensive line and this running back, do you run the football to convert, or do they try to go through the air again?
They'll kick it away here. Oh, it lands just short of the goal line, but bounces in for a touchback. Here's the first play of the drive now from the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Wide open downfield. The timeout is called. It talks strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touches.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Makes the grab. It's Daniels. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Second down after that short completion. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's a short completion to the big tight end. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws, but those yards after the catch kind of pad your stats.
It's second down after that completion. Looking to pass. It's Beck. Pass caught. Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed, but what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
They'll try a pass here. Goes to the sideline, steps out after a short gain.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
The Hurricanes trying to cash in here in the red zone. They look to throw it here on second down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
They come up third and short. This is the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Down for a sack. A loss of 8 yards on the play. Now, fourth down.
The offense calls a timeout here. That's their third and final of the half.
Timeout, Miami.
So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. He connected the first time. This attempt is from 44 yards away. He made it. 3 points on the board. Another's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Coral Gables, sign me up for another half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. Either way, it's time to find out back to the best in the biz for the start of this third quarter.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half.
Set to kick this one away.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Caught in the backfield. It's Fletcher. And he's shoved out of bounds for the defense short of the first down marker.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
A completion sets up a second down play. Here's the handoff. Sophomore with a strong tackle there.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Scanning the field. It's Beck. And he's going to heave it deep right down the middle. Caught way downfield and still running inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, this is how you start to get rolling. That's 2 touchdowns so far, and the more he gets fed, the more often he's going to cash in.
Coach deciding to go for the 2-point conversion to tie the score right here. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And he makes the grab in the end zone. The conversion works, and the game is now tied. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Returner looking to create better field position. He's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks up the first, looking for more. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 34.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Give it to the back again. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Important second down play coming up. Takes the toss and heads left. But only a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up. Come to the line, a long way to go for the first half, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Looking to throw. It's Carr. Swarm with a pass rush. A sack.
Interesting call here by the defense in their dime set with 6 defensive backs. Instead of manning up and applying pressure on the receivers, they sit back, make it tougher on the quarterback, make him have to read their zone coverage. He gets confused and allows the defensive line to get to the quarterback.
bring the punter onto the field now. No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And now the first play of this drive. They're set up at the 37. Handoff here from the shotgun. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Gain makes it second and medium. Quick pass, the catch is made. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Short connection to the tight end here. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback's safety blanket.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Back to throw. It's Beck. Lets it fly to the wideout. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. Looking deep for the right side. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Here's the handoff on first and goal. And they've got him in the backfield. Nowhere to run. They'll lose a yard on the play.
That is called gap integrity. Nice job by this defense of taking away that inside run and then using their speed as the back tried to bounce that to the outside. There's just no room to run.
Ball back at the 10-yard line now for second and goal. Out the play fake. He'll look to throw it. Makes the grab, a chance to score. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, that completion gets him a little closer. Quick decisions needed here, especially with third down coming up.
That play sets up a third and goal from the 5 now. Out of the gun now on third down. Touchdown, Hurricanes. What an amazing comeback here. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. But let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The PAT is good, so it's a 7-point game, 28-21. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away.
Set to kick it away.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking to throw. It's Carr. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
Great call here by the defensive coordinator, sending that linebacker on the blitz, and it works out for the sack. And tell you, Miami linebacker play over the years, I would put up there with anybody in the country.
Second and long now at the 17. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Defense is coming after him. Just standing there, gets hit again.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
So here comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure you can imagine hearing his coach saying it's third down, do not take a sack. In this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He didn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
And the punt team now on to kick it away. On to kick now for the 5th time tonight. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. First play of the drive now coming up from the 29. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Back to pass. It's Beck. Lets it go quickly. Grab down the middle. It's Joseph. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? All the way to the end zone. They couldn't catch him. Touchdown, Canes. And they connect again. That's just been an unstoppable pitch-and-catch combination all game.
This receiver's been making this defense look silly, Chris, the entire game. He has multiple touchdowns so far. Just shows you that whatever the game plan was to slow him down, flat out hasn't worked.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. With the extra point, the lead is 14. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. Play action here on first down. Pressure is coming. It is complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
What a great throw here, and an even better catch by this Notre Dame wide receiver. And Chris, let's be honest. If Notre Dame's going to become this top 5 team, this consistent brand, this is where they've got to make their biggest strides. The ability to make plays downfield and have the speed to be able to play with the big boys in college football.
Receiver makes the catch. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Boy, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Takes the handoff. It's low. He's brought down, but the gain moves the ball to the 39.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
It's a nice job by this defense. They saw option, actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. You could tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. On the run here, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Washington. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage yet. Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. To throw, it's Carr. Fires it to the wideout. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. And they convert on 3rd. Football at the 20 now. First down in the red zone.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Notre Dame has moved now into the red zone. Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. And a nice first down gain there. They get him down, but very close to the first down marker. And check out how he's been spreading the football around between his targets, getting everybody involved in this game. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. Offense getting set for a 2nd down here to begin the quarter. On the run, it's Love. Looks like Notre Dame will have the first down.
Hey, it's a nice pickup. You got the first down on the ground. That's a great job. But remember, it's a 2-possession game. You got to pick it up a bit. This defense will welcome those kind of plays all game long because the clock will keep moving. So you got to put that ball in the end zone and try to get the ball back.
Here we go. 1st and goal. A touchdown here gets them right back into this game. The defense swarms him in the backfield. They have nowhere to run. Loses 2 yards.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Ball back at the 10-yard line now for 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Carr. Catch made, looking for the goal line. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Break the huddle on 3rd and goal. Field goal doesn't do much good here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Launching one to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. What a grab in the end zone in a clutch moment. That's an important score. We got a 1-possession game now, Kirk, and it's game on.
It's game on, and now it's about this defense coming up with a stop. Everybody in the stadium knows that they're going to run the football and try to milk the clock. So what can your defense do to ensure they don't do that successfully?
And they get set now to try the PAT. The kick is good, and the kicker got clobbered. Flags all over the field.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That's the last thing you want to do as a defense, trying to hold the lead late in the game. Undisciplined penalty. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, it's Fletcher. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice gain. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Rough start to the drive. They lose 4. Makes it now 2nd down and 14. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. The sure hands. It's Joseph.
Great job here by the defense. 3rd down and long. You drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this 4th down. Great job here by the D.
The Hurricanes will have to punt this one away. See if he can make something happen with the return. The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the first play of the drive now from the 44. They're going to run it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Running play goes backwards. Now the offense is set up at 2nd and 13. Dropping back. It's Carr. The pass rush closing in. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Comes 3rd and long, trailing in the game. Giving up that sack earlier could prove to be decisive. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Looking for a man deep on the right side. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. Looks like a player is down injured at that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check it out. Punt team ready to boot it away. We'll see what he can do with the return. And the returner is brought down. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Joseph. Really solid 1st down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot.
Chris, that's another nice pickup through the air. I thought they might be really just out to run the football here with the lead. But instead, they're electing to throw the football. Different routes, quarterbacks in rhythm. Really, it's almost an extension of their passing game.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And he picks up the 1st down before they get him to the ground.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this 1st down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
Back to pass. It's back. Short throw complete to the tight end. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. That's the tight end flex out into the slot, looking for a matchup there, Kirk.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for his safety, and he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up nice big gains like this. A play action, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. A
Oh, they trap him for a sack.
Well, you got to do a better job with your fake as the quarterback. The defense did not bite at all on the play action, allowing them to continue to come after the quarterback and come up with that sack.
So here comes 3rd and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab down the middle. It's Joseph. And he's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Well, I'd love to see this late in a game like this with the lead. Get aggressive. Go for it here on 3rd down through the air. Quarterback delivers to his receiver. Comes down with a nice completion and a first down, and they keep that clock moving.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking for the wide out. Caught over the middle. It's Daniels. And they finally make the tackle all the way down to the 32.
I just continue to be in awe of this offense. Even with the lead, these guys are going to play for 60 minutes. They do not let up. Here they are. Typically, you'd want to run the football here to work the clock, but these guys stick to the game plan and keep throwing the football, trying to get more yards.
Scanning the field, it's Beck. Quick throw to his receiver. Caught! He's wide open. Look out! The tackle is made. The offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8.
Chris, that's another big completion for this quarterback. You're talking about a career day. This guy's now over 450 yards in this game alone.
For the offense, a chance to extend the lead, but more importantly, milk the clock here late in the game. 1st and goal, handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So the ball moved back to the 12 for 2nd and goal. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He's got it right near the end zone. Brought down, but the catch moves the ball all the way down to the 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Let's see what they can do here. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Hebe keeps it himself. Touchdown, Miami. This offense cannot be stopped. You trust their offensive line. That time, quarterback just sneaks it across.
Yeah, there's no reason to actually make this more complex than it needs to be. Snap, quarterback gets behind those linemen, gets behind them, finds a little crease, and gets 6.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. Here's the first play of the drive now, set up at the 24. And the back now goes in motion. Back to throw. It's Carr. Looking for a man deep down the left side. It's dropped. Would have been a big play, but he could not hold on.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for you.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. He's looking deep again. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. And now it's 3rd down.
The offense takes a big shot here downfield. I thought they may have a chance, but the defender makes an unbelievable play to get a hand on the ball and knock it away.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Running back has it on a screen now. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down.
I love what the defense is doing here. Sitting back, giving up some plays underneath, tackling these guys inbounds, and just keep that clock rolling.
Down late, they'll keep the offense on the field trying to chip away at this lead. Final 2 minutes as this offense desperate to get some points here quickly and try to stage a big comeback. So down by multiple possessions here. The offense will try to convert here on 4th down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. The receiver grabs it. He's found some room at the 45. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game. But they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. To the air. It's Carr. Makes the catch.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
A completion makes it 2nd down. Offense looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. Grab down the middle. It's Fields. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
We'll see if the defense stays in zone after that big play, or if they can change things up on this drive and get a little bit more aggressive.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Looking to throw here. With the catch, it's Love. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
I really like what this defensive coordinator is doing right now. He's got a nice lead. Just sit back. The most important thing is tackling this offense inbounds so that clock will keep ticking.
The completion makes it 2nd and short. Quarterback drops back. The pocket breaking down. Caught over the middle. It's Flanagan. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. Notre Dame now operating in the red zone. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. He fires this throw and it's intercepted. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Oh, Chris, the offense could not afford to throw that interception down by a couple of scores. Every series matters. Every opportunity in possession. You need points on the board, and to throw a pick, you just wonder how many chances more they'll get.
So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. It's the coach's favorite formation, victory formation. Quarterback just takes a knee. Well, this one, defied everyone's expectations except this lower-ranked team. Nobody gave them a chance not just to win, but to blow out this respected team.
Oh, they came in at the very beginning of this game. You can almost feel it, a chip on their shoulder. Every single possession, they seem to be locked in on both sides of the football. Now, what can they do with a win like this, realizing how good they are capable of playing? Be interesting to watch down the road.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.